Good morning. Welcome to the J&J Show.
It's us, Jake and Josh, and we're here to talk about the decriminalization of drugs. As 2020 comes to a close, the Category 5 storm that is the opioid crisis rages on, and the Government of Canada is just one of many countries desperately looking for a solution. In the past, governments thought the answer to eliminating substance use was to eliminate substances altogether. Seems simple enough, right?
Wrong!
This idea had already been proposed in the 1970s and spawned a global campaign deemed the War on Drugs, which ended up not only failing to eliminate substances and substance use, but had long-lasting and far-reaching repercussions that can still be seen today in 2020.
When brainstorming solutions to help curb opioid use, and ultimately opioid overdose-related deaths, simply eliminating substances is clearly not the answer. To be honest, those who demonstrate the hubris that is believing the complete eradication of controlled substances is even achievable, I implore them to research a man that goes by the name Odysseus. It is clear a more creative approach is needed. One approach that's been gaining traction lately is the decriminalization of drugs. Decriminalization has been demonstrated to be an effective way to mitigate many of the potential harms of substance use, as well as the potentially harmful policies and practices put in place regarding substance use.
Now, there is a difference between decriminalization and legalization. Decriminalization means removing mandatory criminal sanctions and instead replacing them with warnings, fines, and often access to treatment to those in possession of small quantities of a controlled substance, while legalization is the complete removal of all criminal sanctions. Decriminalization is an umbrella term in that it isn't a single approach but involves a number of combined strategies including supervised consumption sites or SCSs, drug checking sites, and prescription maintenance programs, as well as removing mandatory criminal sanctions for possession.
Decriminalization is especially gaining attention in Canada as the number of opioids contaminated with fentanyl drastically increases. In 2017, a study conducted at 2 supervised consumption sites in Vancouver demonstrated that only 19% of substances purchased as opioids contained the expected substance, while 88% contained fentanyl.
The decriminalization of drugs has already been proven effective in a number of countries, namely Portugal. In 2001, Portugal announced a radical new approach, the complete decriminalization of drugs intended for individual consumption, essentially anything less than a 10-day supply. A greater than 10-day supply is still regarded as trafficking, and anyone caught will be criminally prosecuted. Portugal's new approach caused a decrease in both overdose deaths and infection rates of HIV, with the level of drug use also decreased for both young people and intravenous drug users.
Portugal's results did not go unnoticed, most notably by the United States of America. In November 2020, Oregon became the first state to decriminalize the personal possession of all drugs, including heroin and cocaine. This decision is especially impactful when the United States makes over 1 million arrests each year for drug possessions and boasts a prison population of almost 2.5 million inmates, with almost 500,000 being incarcerated for non-violent drug offenses. With the United States now taking the first steps in the direction of decriminalization, there's belief that Canada will soon follow suit, with many believing Canada is already on its way there.
Thanks for watching this episode on the decriminalization of drugs.
It's us, Jake and Josh,
Signing out.